Batman the Devastator. So this is another Dark Knight's Metal tie-in. This is actually a step up from the last Dark Metals tie-in that I read. Well, actually no, because the last Dark Metals tie-in that I read was Bats Out of Hell, which is actually really, really good. I guess this is a step up from the last one-shot Dark Metal Knights tie-in that I read, which was the Merciless, which was yeah, Merciless is pretty boring. I actually kind of like this one. I still think that The Drowned and Dawnbreaker were way better, but this was actually not too bad. It's kind of funny. Like, as much as I hate Batman, I seem to be doing a lot of Batman-related issues. That's just because I really like the Dark Knight's Metal event so far. So we start off with the Devastator, and we see the Justice League is just, I guess they're dead. They're either dead or no. Yeah, I was gonna say they're either dead or they're just like knocked out, but no, they were pretty dead to me. And Devastator is fighting Lobo, which I tried to read Justice League America just for Lobo, but yeah, that series is pretty bad. I ended up giving up on that series pretty fast. I don't really care for it. But yeah, Devastator's fighting Lobo, and I thought this was kind of cool. So Devastator uses Lobo's hook and chain, and he stabs Lobo in the chest, spins him around, and then throws him into the sun. And I was like, all right, that was a pretty cool way to kill off Lobo. To kill off the main man, throwing him to the sun, that's a pretty cool way to go out. Like, I mean, at least he didn't go out like a punk. He went out in a blaze of glory, literally. So then we cut to Earth Zero canon universe, main DC universe, where we see Jimmy and Lois. And Lois looks like she's about to, I guess, head home or something when she comes across Bruce. And Bruce kind of informs her, like, she asks, is Clark okay? And Bruce is like, no, Clark isn't okay. Clark is a problem. But yeah, Bruce grabs Lois's hand and realizes Devastator. He, like, infects Lois. And he basically tells the story about how Superman just kind of went crazy. And no one knows why. But basically, the Justice League spent weeks trying to find an answer. In their hearts, they're like, this can't be a real Superman. Superman wouldn't be doing this kind of stuff. Because Superman, I mean, like I said, he killed people. He started killing off members of the Justice League. He killed Lois. And Batman tried to stand up to Superman. And Superman just basically destroyed him. I thought this was kind of cool. There's always that whole, like, Batman versus Superman who would win in a fight. And people will, like, say Batman would. So Superman says, the other leaguers in their quiet conversations replace leaguers with fans, because I feel like this is like Superman trying to talk directly about the fans. They always said that you could beat me, head to head, if we really fought, if neither of us held back. With only a look, I could split you in half. With only a breath, I can freeze your heart. With the slightest touch, I could break every bone in your body. And what do you have, Bruce? A spear? Do you understand how weak you all are to me? I thought, oh, okay, yeah, that's kind of cool. Like, this is, as much as I really don't care for these two characters, I mean, I gotta give, if they were in a fight, Superman would win hand down. I mean, there's not that many people that can take on Superman. You telling me that Batman, a man with no powers whatsoever, is gonna take on Superman? Nah. Even with the kryptonite spear, Superman's gonna defeat him. And Superman does. Except for the fact that Batman has a secret weapon. And he injects himself with basically a strand of the Doomsday virus. And it turns him into like a Doomsday monster. And he beats up Superman, and then he has kryptonite breath, which he uses to breathe into Superman's face. I'm not going to show this panel because I'll get instantly demonetized because of how violent it is. These Doomsday spikes shoot out from the ground and stab into Superman and kill him. Batman is like depressed because of the fact that it's like he could have saved everyone if he had used the virus earlier, but by the time he used it, it was too late. Like, everyone was gone, or so he thought, because the Batman Who Laughs arrives and gives him the same offer that he gives everybody else. So we cut to modern day, where we see everyone's infected with the Doomsday virus. Like the Doomsday virus is being spread. And basically he's infecting all of them because he wants all of them to be able to have the power to kill Superman. I thought this was actually a really interesting take on the whole dark Batman story. Because all the other stories was basically Batman's loved one gets killed, Batman wants revenge. And that there's part of that here. But the twist is the fact that Batman is not the one that killed. Like, Batman is innocent. Like, the Bruce Wayne from the Dark Verse is innocent. Or at least he was before he started infecting everyone in this universe. He basically, Superman was the one that went evil, not him. And he did everything he could to try to stop Superman, and he did. But by the time he did, it was too late, and everyone was dead. Batman arrives and offers him a chance to go to another universe and save everybody before Superman is able to kill them all. Like, the thing for him, though, is that this version of Superman wouldn't do that. But he doesn't know that. As far as he knows, it's the same Superman. Like, Superman from every universe is basically the same. So he wants to try to help everyone by infecting them so that they would have the powers to fight back against Superman, and so that they can hold their own, and so that they won't be weak against him. And I thought, you know what? This actually paints him somewhat sympathetic. I say somewhat because he's doing evil things. Yeah, he's doing them for the right reasons, but he's still doing bad. Doing evil for good intention doesn't make you good. But I thought that was a really cool twist. Makes me feel kind of bad for this guy. Lois steals a taxi and rides back home, and we see that she's starting to become infected. The only reason why she was lasting as long as she did was because she's been exposed to solar radiation from Clark, from being around Clark for as long as she has. Even though it's slow, she's going to become infected, and she knows it. So she arrives to her apartment where John is there. And John is about to leave to fight Devastator when Lois grabs him. Basically tells him, like, there's a room that we created, a safe room in the apartment, in case the worst happens. The walls are going to seal out and no one's going to be able to break through. Not even your father can break in. And she puts him in the room and she seals him in. And she doesn't join John because she already knows she's infected. And we kind of get this sad moment where John has to watch through a glass as his mom becomes infected. And the one thing I found kind of weird was how do they build this room in an apartment building? Do they own the apartment? If they don't, how do they have this room in just their floor, their loft? What's to stop someone from just destroying the building and then just collapsing the room? Even if the room can survive like the building falling, maybe just the fact that the building, it would protect John because John has powers. But say Lois was the one inside the room. You destroy the building. They're on the top floor. The room, even if it's protected, will collapse. And then the fall would kill Lois. So either way, I don't know. It seems kind of weird. Plus, it just seemed like, what does the landlord think about having this panic room in your apartment? I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny. We see Devastator arrive at Gotham, and he basically says he's gonna make everybody believe. Like, no one wants to believe that Superman can become evil, but he will make sure that they all believe it. And then it kind of ends. Yeah, not much action, but I liked it. I thought it was a decent story. Again, not one of the best, but maybe it's just because I just after reading this after Merciless, this one looks so much better. But it was okay. Like, The Drowned is still the best, I think, with Dawnbreaker coming in a very, very close second. The Dark Knight's Metal event itself is really good. The Bat Out of Hell is really good. The other issues, like Red Menace and Murder Machine, are okay. But this one wasn't too bad. Like I said, I liked the twist on the fact that in his world, he didn't become evil. He was actually good. And he's doing all these things because he's trying to prevent this world from being destroyed, or at least that's what it kind of seems like. But then you look at his actions, it's like, well, actually you're just destroying the world yourself. But I like how there's just a tiny bit of sympathy. Unfortunately, it's not enough for us to be completely sympathetic towards him, but then again, he's supposed to be a villain, so it works. I'm just starting to ramble now, so I'm gonna end this here. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and catch you guys next time. Later.